Hi there, just thought I'd do a video today on some topics that have been brought up in the last couple of days. Welcome to Flat Earth Philosophy. Everything's Flat Earth here, all based on actual facts that no one can actually understand or comprehend or even want to agree with, but I still plod on because I know all the ancients knew. This is why I'm exposing it. This is where I got the information from. All the cultures, they all knew the system. It's all distributed throughout history, and all the esoteric knowledge that's been written down. It's a bit like when God says in the Bible, you'll go down and separate the languages or whatever. Well, it's a bit like that, because there's a bit in every religion and there's a bit in every tale. Like you've got Plato there, and you've got the Medica over there, and you've got Homer's Iliad and the other one. You've got Pythagoras, or you've got Euclid. It's all there. It's all scattered. I could bring the whole lot together and create the whole model of our Earth. And I have. So, anyway, today's video, some flat Earth facts and physics. So, this flat earthers hear this story here, land past Antarctica. Well, Antarctica is land. This is what I said to a mate of mine. What do you mean land is past Antarctica? Do people say the boot of your car is past the car? No, it's part of the car. Antarctica is a land mass with a flippin' big shelf of ice all the way around its seashore. Shoreline. So, get that one. So, this is someone I was talking to, deeply indoctrinated. You know, some of these people, it's going to be really hard to get through to them, okay? So, they say to me, so you're a flat earther, so you don't believe gravity. Ha 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 ha. They laugh. They have no understanding of flat earth whatsoever, and they're laughing. I mean, they didn't even give me a chance to say whether I agreed or not. I said, it depends on where you think gravity is, what it actually is. So, for these people to just come out and say stuff like this, you've got to expand on it with them and see how far you can go and what they actually know, and you'll find out most of them know nothing. So you say, well, do you know gravity involves general relativity? And then expand on that. Or what do they know about general relativity? They won't know much. They won't know anything probably. So then you say, well, what's general relativity? What's the basis of it really? And then you have to tell them it's a curved linear coordinate system, which is basically describing the toroidal field of Earth. So, and then you can expand on that and say, well, what does science mean by curved linear? I mean, it's either curved or it's linear, straight or curved. Well, let's break that down. You see, from the north to the south, there's what we call meridians. Meridians on the Mercator map. They don't use it so much on this one, they just call them arcs of longitude in the Gleason map. But from there to there, the north to the south, is a meridian. All the way around, there's meridians everywhere. It's part of the toroidal field. There's the north, there'll be another one here. So general relativity is talking about this toroidal field. Now this is, look, that's linear, that's straight. So there's a side view of it, but looking down on it, it's straight. But it's curved. It's curved. So one, they're referencing this type of situation here, but at the same time they're calling it curved linear because the magnetic field, well actually there's the tropics here, tropical gap, they curve like this. It comes out of the north and curves like this. This is how the field works on our Earth, flat Earth. I mean, no one's even touched on this. This is like another world first of mine. Discovery. This is how the celestial bodies move in the southern hemisphere. This way. Out of the north they go like that. And then there's a straight patch in here. You see, this represents the bow. The bow, hand grip, an ancient text, esoteric knowledge, stories, Homer's Iliad, the Trojan War. It's everywhere if people want to look, but, you know, most people are pretty ignorant. They just believe whatever they're told at school or what's on mainstream media. So, you know, so you've lost this person already. They know nothing. But if you can bring those things up and have an understanding, you can bury them every time. So just realise general relativity is talking about the curved toroidal field. Toroidal field looks like this, doesn't it? It's all curved. And then you have the reverse curving. It's sort of back this way. Pretty bad art, but you know what a toroidal field looks like. Look it up if you don't. There's a positive and a negative system going on, you see. The field will come out over the Earth positive, down through the Earth negative, come out again over the top positive, through the Earth, and out and over the top again, positive. Negative is through the Earth, positive over the Earth. That's just one of the dual systems. Okay, so understanding what gravity is, so they're connecting this curved linear stuff, they're calling it gravity. Well, it is, because it's part of the two-way system. You know, the black hole, where Earth is created from the black hole, place of rest. You have this downward force, and there's this upward force in the vortex. The two coming together have created the fixed and stationary equilibrium in the centre here. There's a two-way system, positive and negative. And that's what creates Earth. That's why we have a moving toroidal field over us. That's what why the stars and everything are moving in that. They're moving in that toroidal field. Long story. I should get more specific with that in a particular video I might do one day. I've got scattered through a lot of my videos. Another subject was regarding a video I put out couple of months ago maybe, about the cold fusion, about how we get the fresh water flowing through the Earth from the Arctic to below the tropics and moves around the tropical zone here, comes out of the centre and flows around the tropics here. And someone asked, what do you mean science doesn't know where it comes from? And it's exactly what I said. I said the scientists do not know where all this fresh water in the deep aqueduct system comes from. Go online, unless they've changed it in the last month or so. And this water flows around beneath the ground, beneath the tropical region. And then this guy asked, how does the water rise then? He's talking about water. And I never said water, I said the molecules. Hydrogen molecules rise up through the tropics. Because this movement of water beneath the ground, this pure water, the hydrogen molecules build up kinetic energy. They become basically high pressure and want to seek low pressure. So they rise up to the tropical region around the Earth. And this is the hydrogen molecule. They seek the lower pressure region. And as they elevate, it's even getting lower and lower. the pressure is getting lower and lower. So the hydrogen molecule is rising up to the tropical gap. So what's a hydrogen molecule? A hydrogen molecule is 2 protons and 2 electrons. What are they doing? Where are they going? I've put this in my video. 2 protons create helium. 2 electrons, in this situation, create equilibrium, balance. So the 2 electrons in the system rising up, pairing, is feeding the black hole, and the 2 protons are feeding the sun that sits on the horizon of the black hole. Because what's happening is, in the tropical gap, all the way around the flat Earth, the sun we see is attached to the centre, the actual sun we do not see. It's an umbilical cord, I call it. And this is where, well, actually not necessarily there. It could be at this point where they're being drawn into the centre of the Arctic, but all this, the low pressure, the molecules here are being sucked into the centre here. So they could be drawn through the Milky Way, which I think they must do, otherwise what's its purpose in this situation? So everything gets drawn towards the sun as the sun we see moves around the tropical region. The magnetic field, they swing into the sun and swing around the sun. Because what's happening here is a magnified image of what's happening back in here. So you have to think of the 2 systems. This is a blown up version of what's going on back here in creation. So the two protons coming up are forming the sun. But they're not really forming this sun. This is a reflection of the actual sun. They get pulled in to the centre to feed the actual sun. This is so this is expansion around here. Expansion of the molecule as it rises up, and then it has to go through the eye of the needle. It's something like that mentioned in the Bible, isn't it? This expansion and contraction. So the 2 electrons are going in here to feed the black hole of creation, and the 2 protons are feeding the sun. But then you have to start thinking of, if you're up with your theology, or esoteric stuff, why is there 2 snakes up the totem pole of the Holy Cross? 2 crosses, 2 snakes. The dual system. Why is there 2 by 2 in Noah's Ark? It's all about the duality. To think. This is what all the religion's all about. They're telling a story about the way the earth works and how it's associated with the man's mind, brain. Earth's been woken up, it's been created by a sun. Man has to wake up his pineal gland. That's the son of man. Hope you get that. So Noah, it represents godly, praise the Lord or something similar. And then the word ark, I could talk all day and still people won't get this, because the ark is mentioned in many things. You got Noah's Ark, you got what's the woman's name? French woman? Joan of Arc. Wasn't a real person. Despite what you might think or you've been taught. Joan of Arc. You've got Ark of the Covenant. Cover the ant. You're a little man in here. Covenant. It's understanding all this stuff if you've got the knowledge. The Ark of the Covenant in the centre of the brain. That's your Solomon's Temple. Okay. Right, the ancient flat earth map. Ancient flat earth map, they decided to show the world in 2017, I think. It was drawn in 1587 by this Urbano Monti. Now if you go check that map out, you'll find there's lots of these all the way around the outside. What have I shown in my earlier videos? How these represent the reflection back here in the north. It's a southern image in your arc of horizon. There's many south poles. Wherever you are, anywhere around the earth, you have a direct north to south meridian, there will be a southern image of that slice, a little bit in there, of the north coming out here. To understand that, you need to go back and check out my last few videos. So everyone, no matter where they are, gets his own little arc of horizon, his own star trail. It's fixed, it does not move. But if you were to track the stars, track them, they move west. They move this way. But they don't in the north. The northern star trail rotation doesn't move, just goes around, it doesn't wander off. These all wander this way. Because this is like a wheel rolling around the central northern wheel. Done videos on that. So check out my next video, The Secrets of the Hidden Sun. I thought I was the only one that knew about this, but science does know about it. They don't talk about it. I'll reveal that in the next video, okay? The hidden sun that's back in there. Some subscribers of mine basically ignore half the stuff I tell them. I don't know why. It all makes sense. You have to stop and think. They just get some system in their head and just go with it. Yet they don't understand the two hemispheres, the difference. I understand them fully. I should make a video of all the science discoveries I've made in physics. I did one once about a year ago, but I only mentioned a couple of things. But, you know, I think I've discovered a few more since then. And even the video on Euclid's 5 postulates, they didn't understand the 5th postulate, and they don't even realise that the 4 lead to the 5th. All roads lead to the 5th. They made up their own ideas about the 4, couldn't quite figure out the 5th, so that's when they went off and decided to create their own called non-Euclidean geometry and create the sphere, and then do everything with the sphere. When Euclidean geometry is all about the arc, the dome, the hemisphere. I think I'll write to a science journal, one of the big science journals, and see if they publish it. There's no way, because it's a bit like what Plato tells us in his dialogues, or Socrates or someone mentions. It's all so easy. But then it goes on to basically tell you that to get there is tricky, but once you find it, it's so easy. And when people realise what it actually is, just the way I've described it, they're all going to slap themselves. But the truth is, they're going to ignore it because they don't want to be seen as fools. They don't want you to know that the world was flat, and this globe stuff was just total BS. All over YouTube there's all these globe videos or ancient history, and they keep shoving the globe in there, and they're talking about ancient cultures, and they keep throwing in things like, because it's a globe, you know, I don't think they should say because they knew it was a globe. Sometimes they do, I suppose. Sometimes they knew it was a globe, so the blah blah blah. Or because, you know, it was a globe, so blah blah blah. They just make it all up. It's all lies. All your history is all lies, basically. It's just all lies. So I hope I described all that quite well. This is connected with cold fusion. When you understand this, how it works, these molecules, raising molecules, the atoms, two protons and two electrons, excuse me, that's how we're going to get cold fusion. Because it's expansion and then drawing them back in through the eye of the needle, contraction, tight magnetic field. They know all about this. And it's all cold because the sun back here, the sun we don't see, sitting above the Arctic, it's not the sun they tell you it is. Those temperatures, ridiculous. It's all garbage, all lies to fool the masses, and all the masses go along with it, except a few people that follow me. I think most of my subscribers are actual science wannabes or physicists keeping an eye on me. Just realise Elon Musk. Anybody who seeks the truth should be following Dr. Shiva. He exposes Elon Musk for what he is, exposes the backdoor portal to Twitter. He found it all through his court case. No one else helped him out. No one finances him. They're all against him. They're all one big establishment. And the system is rigged. It's quite clear in his when he ran for Senate in Massachusetts or somewhere, the way they fixed the system to shut him out. He should have won in a landslide. Dr. Shiva, get on board with Dr. Shiva, okay? What was I going to say about Elon Musk? It's a con. It's a big con. He's part of the establishment. I knew what was going on, and then Dr. Shiva just repeated what I had in my head already about how he gained all his money and all that. I knew all that. I knew it. If you're seeking the truth, you just sense you find the truth. Easy. It's out there in the wide universe. Open the mind, it all just flows in. So, yeah, we'll just leave it at that, shall I? Thanks for watching. Plenty of likes, more likes, the more it'll get out there, hopefully. No, that's what I was going to say about Elon Musk. Remember he said, Twitter is free speech, but it's not free, what do you call it? Can't think of the word now, can't remember it. It's not free. In other words, you don't get an audience. They shadow ban you. You're basically talking to yourself. You might get a few likes or whatever here and there, or tweets or whatever. But no, you don't get the audience. Just like I don't. All my information, this would have gone wild by now, but there's only 5,000 subscribers over 3 or 4 years. This is what they do. They're all the same. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. They shut you down. They just lock you in so you can't get out there. You have to hold public assemblies. And then look what happens. They ban you, like Jacinda Ardern banned Harvey Yemen from coming over and following the protest, the Wellington protest. They just shut you down every which way. Dr. Shiva will tell you all about it. Go check him out, one of his latest videos on Elon Musk. Okay, thanks for watching. Cheers.